Hello, it's Sunday morning and I'm shifting some of the wood pile. So I tried just throwing it from one place to another, and I think the most sensible thing to do would be to go and get the wheelbarrow. The reason that we're covering this area with wood chippings is that this is our orchard, and the ground here was really quite poor and very full of weeds. So when we got access to an awful lot of wood chippings, it seemed to make sense to cover all the area with a really thick, deep layer of wood chippings, which would suppress the weeds, and over time the wood chippings would break down and become soil. Now obviously we'll have to put amendments in it because otherwise it's a bit carbon heavy and there's very little nitrogen in it, but that's okay, we can do that over time. The first job is to get it all covered up. Whew, I am seriously hot after doing that. So I've done about 6 or 7 barrow loads. I'm going to have a drink now because, well, you know, because I'm thirsty, and it hardly looks like I've made a dent in that mound of Leylandii wood chippings, but hopefully Mr. J, he's in the kitchen at the moment, will come out and help very shortly, and we'll crack through that pile of Leylandii, because I don't really want that sitting in the centre of the orchard there, which is where, oh thank you, he's bought me a drink. So yeah, so that's where the tree surgeon tends to drop all the wood chippings. I don't really want the Leylandii mixing in with other woods, so it's quite important that I get those shifted as quickly as possible out to the edges of the orchard underneath our own Leylandii trees. I don't like them, I don't want them there, but right now they will have to do. I'll just have to have them as they are. Having put my sensible hat on, I've realised that actually the sun has got much too bright and much too hot to be doing that kind of work. So I'm going to pause now and I'm going to continue later on, probably for the hour or so before we put the chickens to bed. I'm sitting out here at the back of the orchard in a shady corner underneath the sycamore tree and next to the cherry tree. It's a lovely little spot. There's a lot of our homestead where we haven't just stopped and sat and enjoyed the view and enjoyed what's around us, because we're always, you know, passing through doing things, and as you know, I think it's really important to take the time just to stop and to look and to appreciate what's around you. And this is a really nice corner. So I've put one chair here, but I think I might bring a second chair out and invite Mr. J to join me, just to sit for half an hour and just listen to the sounds of the birds and the ducks dibbling around doing their thing. Yes, there's a road behind us, but you know, we block that out and tend not to hear it. The only time I really notice it is if someone drives like crazy up the road, particularly on a motorbike, or when I'm trying to edit a video, when I suddenly realise how much background noise there is. And as I'm speaking, as someone riding a bike really fast. Generally it's really peaceful here and really quiet, and I love it. And just behind me here, down on the ground, are some of the squashes that I've started planting out here. Now I've picked out 4 more to go further along the back of the orchard, but the ones that I've put in over the last week or so are doing really well. They're struggling with the heat, but then everything is struggling with the heat. As soon as they get into the shade, the leaves pick up again, and we have our first flower. So it looks like we'll be having a spaghetti squash this year. Yay! Over in our surprise raised bed, the pumpkins I've put in here, well, they're struggling a little bit with lack of nutrients, so I need to come and feed them again. But even so, they are growing, and we've even got small fruits forming, flowers are coming. These are a variety called Pacific Giant, and I think they're pumpkins, or a squash, you know, a pumpkin type squash. So hopefully these are going to grow nice and big, and I'll be able to enter them into Whistle Thicket's pumpkin competition this year. Fingers crossed. Well, that's it for me today. I'm heading inside to get our lunch, and I'll add these few Monmouthshire to our meal. Yum. And so, wherever you are in the world and whatever you've got planned for today, I hope it's a good one, and I also hope you'll join me again tomorrow.